Reeve, the female's safe. We can worry about curing the rest of your people later.
You're not backing out, Turian.
But Palaven needs your reinforcements now. We can't delay.
It's non-negotiable. Every Krogan gets the cure, or Palaven burns.
Morden, how long will it take to finish a cure?
Need to synthesize base antigen from female. Also requires healthy male Krogan tissue. We'll need a sample.
I'll give you one. The cure starts with me.
Acceptable. We'll need you to remain aboard Normandy for procedure.
I would anyway. Nobody's touching my female.
Formulating a cure that works for every Krogan sounds like a tall order, Morden. Can you do it?
Of course. Similar to Genophage modification project. Working against own alterations this time. Not as simple as garbage DNA blocking attachment sites. We'll need to counteract shutdown of redundant nervous system, adjust neurotransmitter levels.
Got it.
We'll create cure, Shepard. Don't need to worry.
Reeve, you realize Turians are dying while we sort this out.
Not my concern.
We'll be in medbay if you need to speak. Eve requires more tests.
Eve?
Female's real name unknown. Normandy a human vessel. Human mythology seemed appropriate under circumstances. Suggest speaking with her. New perspective. Surprising in Krogan.
Now, is there anything else?
There's a small matter concerning a ship we've lost contact with.
What happened?
I'd rather discuss it in private.
When you're finished with Turian problems, Shepard, we need to talk.
About what?
A squad of mine went missing. I can give you the details. In private.
I'll find you both in the war room. Just be ready to talk.
Commander.
You said one of your ships had gone missing.
Crashed, actually. I couldn't speak in front of the Krogan. Our ship went down on Tuchanka. Now they're pinned by an advanced guard of Reapers scouting the planet.
What are your men doing there?
I'm sorry. That's classified. But it's vital they be rescued. They must complete their original mission. It's a matter of galactic peace.
I'll do what I can.
I appreciate your help and understanding.
That's all.
Of course, Commander.
Shepard, you proved yourself a capable warrior on Sirkesh. You claim to despise Krogan, yet you were willing to die for the female.
I have my reasons.
Just make sure those reasons include a cure for the genophage.
You said one of your squads is missing?
We've heard some troubling rumors about the Rachni relay.
Rachni?
A few scouts went to check it out, but we lost contact. So I sent Arlec Company, my best squad, to investigate. They can meet you there. Given your history with the Rachni, I figured you'd want in on this.
I'll do what I can.
Well, let's hope it's enough.
Let's get back to work.
Yes, there's a lot to be done.
Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. This is going to be most of the missions for the Tuchanka section of the game.
Any updates, Commander?
Our backup's waiting for us at the drop point. Arlec Company, Krogan Commandos.
That's correct. They are an accomplished unit. Made famous for their decisive action liberating a colony from Batarian pirates.
Good to hear. Other than that, there's been no word from a team of Krogan scouts since they went through the Rachni relay.
There are many reasons that communication with the scouts could be disrupted.
We don't know much, but no Rachni activity has been reported.
Still, it's troubling there are rumors at all. It's been years since you released the last Rachni Queen on the condition she'd disappear forever. Her race was all but extinct. She would not risk annihilation by starting a war.
You're telling me you let a Rachni Queen go? Are you kidding?
No. It was the right call. Just be ready for anything.
Yeah, shuttle just arrived. You better get moving, Team 2. See anything, let me know.
Grunt?
Shepard? Shepard!
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Didn't those idiots lock you up?
Relieved of duty. But the situation changed.
Yeah, they got bigger problems, all right. That's why I'm out here running Arlac Company. They're tough, think they're invincible. Reckless, but effective.
Sounds familiar, Grunt. How'd you go from being new and unproven to your own command?
Wasn't easy. When Reeve put Arlac Company together, he needed a leader who represented the future of our species. Thanks to you, I completed my rite of passage on Tuchanka and became part of Clan Erdnot. I was an equal. And being the strongest, I was chosen to lead this honored company.
I bet some didn't like a tank-bred Krogan being in charge.
I collected a few scars earning my place here. These Krogan respect me.
I don't want a bunch of trigger-happy hotheads disobeying orders. Clear?
They know who's in charge. Hard to believe this might be Rachni. Seems crazy. The Rachni. A chance to face the old enemy? Impossible to resist.
We don't know if the Rachni had anything to do with this. We're here to find the scouts. I didn't see any signs of activity during our approach.
Agreed. But this place smells wrong. Like a bad wound. Our scans show the tunnels down there lead to a large central point. If we're lucky, it's a nest.
Rachni have nests?
Arlac Company, move out! Grab what you need, Shepard. Meet me at the scout camp ahead.
Sounds good.
So we are starting out with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Grunt, and his mission. Grunt is loyal from last time, so it doesn't really matter what I do in this mission. In fact, the only story implication of that this mission has is whether I want the Rachni to live or not, and I want the Rachni to live because she gives me more points than the than Grunt's team, and the queen is the one that I actually saved. So if it was the other one, obviously I would have killed her.
Everyone all right?
Shepard! You in one piece?
Looks like we're all okay. Keep in radio contact.
On our way!
So nothing really special on this mission, I have to say. The Rachnis are not as dangerous as the brutes. They don't have nearly as much HP. Those little things that shoot you from a distance, or try and snipe you from a distance, they do a lot of damage though. That is actually dangerous. And I usually prefer to burn all of these eggs, and if I'm not careful, I may just end up burning away my HP. And there it is. I usually try and take out those yellow or purple shield generator things, and I try to keep those guys off of my guys. And the Rachni thing is not exactly super special. I do feel like the brutes are more dangerous than that one, but hey, it's a new type of enemy. It's kind of cool. I like it. It definitely adds to the variety of stuff that we need to see, and it's kind of cool lore wise because you actually know the explanation for why it's happening. It's happening now because, well, the Rachni have been captured.
Anyone injured? Looks like we're finding another way out of here. Come on!
What was that noise, Shepard? Sounded bad.
Cave in. We're all right.
Good. Didn't want to dig you out.
Well, that hurts my feelings, Grunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mostly do want to take out all of these little eggs because otherwise they will blow up in my face, and I don't want to get blown up. And yeah, there was a random dude over there that you can just fire away at because this fire thing. I haven't seen this flame thing be good, even though technically speaking the Rachni should be weak to fire, but I don't bother with it because my guns just do more damage in general, so it never feels like a good trade-off for me to trade off my gun for a weapon that I can hardly rely on. And yeah, the big Rachni dude, he's dead. Not that impressive. Do like the concept though, do like the idea, but yeah, in terms of enemies, they really aren't more powerful than the brutes. I personally feel like they have about the same HP, if not less. And with ED here and with Shepard, we are able to take down any shields if they do actually have shields. The most important thing I would say is positioning here. You don't want to get like I previously was smack in the middle of things so that I am an easy target. That's how I usually get killed in this mission, by being straight in the middle of things and being too easy of a target to hit, but to get hit by everything. And there aren't a lot of enemies here, so dying here really feels embarrassing for me because when I get swarmed, it's usually my fault. It's very bad. I made some very poor decisions to get swarmed basically, and it usually happens when I get impatient, which is the same thing about these eggs. I sometimes get impatient, try to skip some of them, and then I get blasted.
Shepard, we're blocked and getting overrun.
Hang on, Brett. I'm on it.
Move it, Shepard.
There's the switch.
Come on.
Thanks, Shepard. That wasn't webbing stopping us. That was Reaper tech.
We ran into it too.
The Rachni have backed off for now, but they can smell our wounds. Any worthy enemy would regroup and finish us. Soon.
We're close, Grunt. Those barriers were protecting whatever's down that passage.
We'll dig in here, kill anything that moves. Buy you some time.
Good luck.
I don't need luck. I have ammo. Krogan, get ready!
Heads up, more eggs.
Watch your step.
What is that?
Grunt, we've located the central chamber.
Good. We got your back, Shepard.
Move it! Damn it!
Okay, so from here on out I don't believe we're gonna be needing those fiery things, but yeah, the most important part is actually to not let the husks swarm your people, because they have a tendency to be completely different from Shepard, and that is they don't know how to deal with these husks. And the husks can actually incapacitate them for longer, and I hate those bombs, but what can you do? I do think grenades are by far the worst thing, and I didn't revive Edie there because I didn't want to bring her back, because she was so out in the open. She would have gotten one shot immediately, so it felt like a waste of a heal at that point. Plus, James and Shepard, believe it or not, can actually solo this. I think you can believe it because it's James and Shepard, so I'm fairly sure I don't really have to say much more than that at this point, but because I usually do this mission with anybody but Edie, so I can tell you for a fact I can do this mission without her, with just James and Shepard. But Edie is still better for this mission because she does bring fire damage. These guys are weak to fire damage, and it makes it easier, especially if, from what I've noticed personally, the shield enemies with the yellow HP bar, those guys are more particularly weak to fire than they are to anything else. So it does help out quite a lot. Edie does do a lot of damage to them, but she does, out of all of my squad mates, she is the one that's gonna be ganked by husks. So the like right there, like I always have to keep an eye on her to make sure that she is not completely destroyed by husks, because every time she's dead I'm like, oh, I let a husk get to Edie.
Shepard, the Rachni are backing off. Whatever spooked them won't last. Finish the job.
Copy that.
What the hell?
Maddening's our note has ceased.
What are you?
The last queen. We listen for the children. They are silent. Although the machines come and take them to war, they die alone, silent, far away.
The Reapers did this to you?
The sour note of the machines is everywhere.
The Reapers enslaved you, used your children for war.
The machines cannot control us, but they caged us, hurt us. We had to obey. Remove this last shackle, and we are free.
I gave your kind a second chance back on Novaria. But here I am in some cave, dealing with you again.
We can still be whole. Our song can be heard again. The children return. They will destroy us all. Release us. We're getting movement here. A lot of movement.
Copy that, Grunt. Give me one good reason I shouldn't just walk away.
The machines make us slaves. We will fight. Release us.
She's a mess. She needs too much time to escape.
Shepard, we're out of time. We stay here, our company dies. Is that clear?
Listen up! Arlac Company holds the Rachni off while the Queen escapes. I've saved you twice. You work for me now. Grunt, fall back to our position and lead us out.
Damn you, Shepard! I'm leaving my team. On my way.
Commander! That's an order. She's too valuable an asset to lose.
shuttles down that path. I'll hold them off. Get out of here, Shepard! My turn.
Cortez, we're the last ones out.
Copy that, Commander. Shuttle is waiting.
Grunt!
Anybody got something to eat?
I'm reviewing your report on the Rachni situation, Commander. This could have gotten complicated fast. I hope you know what you're doing, cutting a deal with the Rachni Queen. We got burned last time. I'm trusting your instincts, Commander.
We can count on her support, Admiral.
I hope so. But we cut the Reaper supply of new Rachni troops and picked up some additional Krogan support. I call that a victory. I've got to get back to it, Commander. Watch yourself out there. Hack it out.
Shepard, your report says you made a deal with the Rachni. You were sent to destroy them.
I'm using whatever I can to win this war, Reeve. I make hard choices that scare politicians. Politicians like you.
You dare.
I do. Are we done here?
We have long memories, Shepard. The deaths of so many Krogan to save this abomination. It will be remembered.
Understood.
Let's hope the matter is finished now. Heard the tank-bred speaker is recovering. Good. He's needed on the front lines. So it took a Krogan to get you out of there.
A real Krogan, yes.
I should return to my duties now.
You do that.
Shepard, test verified. Results promising. Can synthesize for universal Krogan immunity.
Uh-huh. You never told me where you'd be getting that tissue from.
The cure's ready?
No, still need transmission vector. Cure useless unless given to entire species.
You infected them with the disease easy enough. Is the cure that different?
No, keeping modalities similar when possible. Easiest way to develop cure rapidly. Groundwater? No, too slow. Voluntary inoculation risky. Population too scattered for airborne, unless... Wait, yes! The Shroud. Constant global dispersion of air particles, built by Solarians to repair atmosphere of Tuchanka. Also used by Turians.
We used it to secretly spread the genophage virus. It ended the Krogan rebellions.
You're lucky it worked.
If you're gonna infect an entire population, that's the way to do it.
Yes, but useful now. Original genophage strain still in storage at Shroud facility. Can use it as transmission vector, then use Shroud to blanket Tuchanka with cure.
The Solarian's smarter than I thought. This could work.
Then finish your preparations and be ready to go, Morden.
Of course. Ready when you need me. We'll be in medbay with Eve until then.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Shepard. So I imagine by now you've wiped the galaxy clean of Reapers and we can all come up for air?
Not quite. There've been a few complications.
Aren't there always? Hackett filled me in on the Crucible. Sounds like you've got some knots to untangle.
I'm just glad I could take care of one of them for you. I gather you and Kaylee Sanders were close?
I owe you for that one, Shepard. Kaylee and I met almost 20 years ago. We even had a run-in with Saren in his early days. She and I were... more than close.
She misses you.
I miss her. End of the world has a way of reminding you what you forgot to do. Maybe when the war's over, Kaylee and I will do something about that.
You'll see her soon.
I can hope. But you've got a bigger problem right now. Like a galaxy full of scared bureaucrats.
I don't know how you deal with all the politics. It's a pain in the ass.
As I recall, you gave me the job.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Just remember, the more they complain, the more you know you're accomplishing something.
What about you? What's happening on Earth?
I'll spare you the details. But let's just say a lot of cities around the world have stopped checking in.
That bad?
You and I knew what we were in for, but everyone else? I don't think the shock's worn off yet.
Are you safe?
That changes by the hour. I caught a shuttle evac out of Vancouver, and now we're running from foxhole to foxhole just trying to stay alive.
What about the Reapers?
They're harvesting everything that moves. They're focusing on the big cities, which does give us some room to maneuver.
You think you can hang on?
Hell, we're still just trying to talk to each other. Right now, all we can do is organize the resistance at a local level. No lack of volunteers, at least. Everybody knows what's at stake.
Nothing motivates a soldier like losing their home.
Trying to take it back makes an even better one. You take care, Shepard.
You too, sir.
We'll talk again soon. Anderson out.
Alright, time to go to Tuchanka and start the big missions here. The mission being saving the son of the Primarch.
This crash site's a nightmare. Looks like Reeve was right about Reaper scouts. Edie, any further intel?
The mission brief identifies the Turian commander as Lieutenant Tarquin Victus,
Victus?
the Primarch's son.
Try to raise him.
Your dad becomes Primarch and sends you on a secret op? That's pressure.
Commander, I have to land well back from the main crash site.
That the best you can do?
Yes, ma'am, but the Reapers seem unaware of our presence. You might get the jump on them.
Alright, set her down. Let's save this platoon. Okay. Did you raise Lieutenant Victus?
Yes, but the connection is bad.
Patch me in. This is Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Do you read?
This is Lieutenant Tarquin Victus of the 9th Platoon. We're pinned by Reaper harvesters and taking heavy casualties. Also, there are pockets of my men scattered along the crash trajectory.
Lieutenant, I need you to fire a flare so I can find your position. Got it.
Things get worse by the minute. My men are dying!
This sounds bad. Let's move.
Look at this place. Do we know why Turians would be poking around?
Maps of the area list no important resources.
Now this is not a complicated set of missions. It's actually relatively easy.
Escape pod dead ahead.
It appears that they survived the crash, and then a harvester exploded the pod.
Died in the explosion.
Picking up auditory evidence of
Drag down and
conflict.
shoot on by hook.
Okay. I have a visual on the enemy, and there's an escape pod just beyond. Looks like the Turians are in tough. Enemies up ahead don't know we're here.
Nice to get a jump on them for a change.
Exactly.
There is, however, especially these beginning parts are relatively easy. We have very few enemies to deal with, and usually you can take out the enemies way before the what's it called, the Harbinger lands, so you can actually focus specifically on each enemy. Like right here is just the Harbinger, and I am just gonna focus on him. You actually need to take him to half HP, not kill this Harbinger, and because the rest of the enemies are dead. He was almost dead.
Thank you. Don't stop for us. We'll hit the main crash site. There's another.
Like, I love the fact that that Harbinger runs away before I can actually kill him. I actually don't. I legitimately hate that little bastard, because if he were to actually stay and take his death, I don't know if he would actually appear in the other place. But either way, during this second phase, I actually do get a little bit killed here more often than the other place if I am too zealous with my advancing. Like, I need to actually temper myself and try to not advance too quickly, because there are some goons there that can actively get in my way and kill me. But yeah, there we go, the Harbinger is gone, and now it's time for the final phase of this run. And the final phase of this run is definitely the hardest one, because you have this section over here that's a little bit of a troll because there's so many of them, plus the Harbinger that's sitting there trying to snipe you. It's actually very funny. Not really. And then you immediately get hit with these marauders, and the Harbinger is already there trying to be a douche. So yeah, you can get overwhelmed here pretty fast and get hit with a very powerful attack from out of nowhere. This section is actually not that funny, but this pillar kind of sort of keeps the Harbinger at bay, so I usually stick behind it. And then now we're gonna go to the final part of this mission. This section of the mission, because this mission has two sections. It's, I believe, the only section here. And here we actually do have a Harbinger troll, and we will be seeing two brutes. The first brute is already out, which is not a problem, because if it's out, it means I am focusing all of my damage on it to get rid of it, and it's now dead, which is great. And this section is actually also split by how much you advance. So if you keep this position back here, you won't be triggering the second brute until you're ready, until you've gotten rid of all of these annoying little pests over here that keep on spawning. Like, you can get rid of them, especially because you don't have problems with bullets. Hey, that's the reason why the assault rifle is so good. Like, we don't care how many of these guys spawn. We're just gonna sit here and wait until they all spawn out of here, because from what I know, on the easier difficulties, you can actually rush this, take out the brutes, take out the Harbingers, and you won't have to deal with as many of these guys. But this is not so convenient on hard mode, because if you rush this, then you're gonna have to dodge all of these bullets and take out the brutes while dodging all of these bullets. Now, I don't consider that to be a good way to play this game on insanity, so I just stick to a corner because I have infinite ammo. I don't care about ammo, and take out all of the trash mobs, and then spawn in the big guys, take them out, and after I'm done with all of that noise, I take out the Harbinger, who's sitting over there and already trying to nuke the ever-loving crap out of me. He does what Harbinger does best, but you can actually cheese him through a little hole in the wall. Unfortunately for me, I do have to stay mobile because there's too many of these bastards over here. So I'm going to do my best to keep on moving around. And afterwards, after we are done with that noise, there's a little hole over here that you can essentially, it keeps you kind of safe, and you can fire at Harbinger through it and take him out that way. And with that, that's pretty much this section. And yes, there is a gun for the brute, but I don't care for it.
Lieutenant Victus?
Commander Shepard, my men and I are in your debt. Thank you for saving so many.
What happened here?
He screwed up.
Stand down, soldier.
These men are dead because of him.
I said, stand down.
Hey, I just saved all your asses, so everyone just calm down. Lieutenant, what's going on here?
I made a bad call. This is all on me. I chose caution and clever tactics over a head-on attack. And my men paid the price.
Making hard decisions and dealing with the consequences. That's what being a leader is about.
You're right, Commander. Our mission's still a failure. When we've stabilized the injured, we'll head back to the fleet.
You're abandoning your mission?
We're down over 30 men. It'd be suicide.
What exactly did you come here to do?
There's a bomb on the planet. We were sent to defuse it.
A bomb? How big?
Enormous. Cerberus has it.
Lieutenant, if Cerberus has that bomb, you have to finish your mission.
Haven't these men sacrificed enough?
Sacrifice is what we sign on for. They know that. And so should you.
My men have lost hope, Commander. Even if I wanted to finish the mission, they don't.
It's your job to make them want to.
How?
What's wrong with you? Inspire them, threaten them. Lieutenant, if Cerberus succeeds, the Reapers divide and conquer us, and then that is on them.
Listen up! This isn't about your fears and grievances.
Fears? We're only afraid of the next messed up order you give.
Irrelevant. Court-martial death and dishonor awaits anyone who balks at his duty. We are Turian. We finish what we came here to do, or we die trying. Shuttles arrive any minute, so get your asses in gear. Let's move! Commander, come with us. We're a shell of what we were. We could use the help.
Send me the nav point. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. That'll give us time to do a little recon. See what we're up against.
Victus, I've given you a second chance. Don't screw this up.
Understood, Commander. Hope to see you at the rendezvous.
Cerberus bomb. What the hell is going on, Commander? And what do the Turians have to do with it?
Coordinates Victus gave me place it in the Kelphic Valley. It's a heavily populated area. That's all I know.
My gut says something's not right here.
What do you suggest?
Get the Primarch to come clean.
Should we alert the Krogan military?
I'd wait. We're in the dark here. Krogan-Turian relations are fragile until the genophage is cured. Let's not push it. And how about this bomb? How many troops does Cerberus have on this?
No idea. All I know is, we can't have them detonating that bomb.
Keep me in the loop. Hack it out.
Primarch Victus.
Impressive work on Tuchanka. I'm grateful that...
Why didn't you tell me about the Cerberus bomb? Why hide that? What else are you keeping from me?
I have nothing for you.
For our alliance to work, I need to trust you.
Our friendship is new, Commander. Would you trust me with information that puts your people, puts Earth, at risk?
If I had to choose between our alliance and lying to save my people, I'd choose Earth every time.
Even if it cost you the Turian fleet?
I see your point.
Decisions like these weigh heavy on me. When I was a general, I could pass them up the chain of command. But now, I'm all I've got. Know what I mean?
Sure. And
that's all. Wait, there is one more thing, Commander. Thank you for saving my son.
Alright though, so it is time for the second part of this mission.
Normandy shuttle. This is Lieutenant Victus with the 9th Platoon. Do you copy?
we hear you, 9th Platoon.
We're approaching the bomb site, Commander. Getting bounced around pretty bad.
This is as close as we get, Lieutenant. Look for somewhere to set your platoon down.
Copy that.
Talk to me about this Cerberus bomb.
It's not Cerberus, Commander. It's... Turian.
What do you mean, Turian?
It was planted centuries ago, after the Krogan rebellions. The bomb
bomb was a safeguard against another galactic war.
They were wary of a future Krogan threat.
Makes sense. Couldn't trust the Krogan to play nice. But right now we focus on disarming that bomb.
Yes, but Cerberus found it. Detonation means all-out war between my people and the Krogan.
Right. Where is it?
Those buildings ahead. Cerberus brought equipment to dig it up. The Ninth Platoon will cover your flank, Commander.
With all this activity, the Krogan have to know something's up.
Then we can't fail, Commander.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
The second part of this mission is actually easier because we don't have to deal with harbingers, we don't have to deal with brutes. We are actually only dealing with machine guns. If you let the engineers live, I don't believe I let a single one of them live, so I don't think I faced a single one here. There's only a big mech at the end, which makes this section a lot easier, and these little shield places, but those shields can be shot from a distance. You can look for them specifically, and what I like to do in these sections is if you pull up your map, the little thing over there, it will show you where the enemies are, which is great in order to strategize. Like if you see somebody that's next to you, you might even see enemies that you don't see because they are behind the rock, so you can't see them with your actual vision, but you know they're closer to you than you would have thought, or you're at the very least, it makes you aware of certain enemies that might try to sneak their way around you. And I absolutely love using that map because it allows me to keep control of the battle and always allows me to realize where the enemies are and where I need to pay attention, and to make sure that I don't get swarmed or somebody doesn't come at me from behind. So it's a really, really useful little tip. And as far as these enemies are concerned, I don't do anything special. And just if I see an engineer, I'm focusing on him. If I see one of those generators, I'm focusing on the generator to take them out, so that I don't have to waste my time with shields. But quite frankly, it really does not matter. And look at that, the Turians are gone in one go, because hey, this is the best offense team, what can I say? Just because these guys want me to fail doesn't mean I'm gonna fail. And for the most part, I'm not really doing anything special combat wise. It's pretty standard gameplay because this is pretty these are standard enemies. This is standard Cerberus. There isn't much significant here, and I'm even getting my trophies for shooting those guys through their little peekaboo hole. So yeah, that's pretty much this section. It's not much in terms of strategizing, because the cover is like, I do believe this section is a lot easier than the first one. Like if you get past the first part of this mission where you actually have to go and rescue the Primarch's kid, this section is easy by comparison. And if you don't get past that, then yeah, that's gonna be the real issue. I feel like for this mission in particular, if I were to say, is it worth doing? No. If you're trying to go for, let's say, minimum, you still want a good ending, no, I wouldn't say.
It must have been far enough underground to stay hidden. Cerberus had to dig it out.
It must have been strategically placed for maximum yield.
Commander, we're entering the bomb site.
Because for a good ending, you need her to survive, and control ending, the one that we're going for, is the easiest one to get control to. The control is the easiest ending to get Earth to survive and everyone else to survive.
Control handle, Commander. Cerberus set up a firewall around the trigger mechanism to slow us down. I need to create a bypass. That'll take time. But like you said, no trigger, no explosion.
I put my team at risk to get you here, Lieutenant. You better deliver.
I know what's at stake, Commander. And thank you for making sure I get this chance.
Just make it right, soldier.
Damn it! Commander!
Focus on the bomb. We'll handle Cerberus.
Especially if you save the base back in Mass Effect 2, because your requirements for a good outcome for control ending go down. So at that point in time, you're basically, it does have the least amount of requirements because synthesis always has the hardest, and the perfect destroy ending is obviously the hardest, even harder than that to achieve. So control is definitely by far the lowest bar that you need if you want, let's say, a decent ending where everybody that you care about survives. And that's kind of sort of what I'm going for. And if you want to like count how many points these guys actually give you, it's very little. So it's not enough to say that you do lose about 150 from the Krogan if you don't do this mission. So that's kind of sort of your drop off. You want to think, okay, 150 points is not that big. If you manage to achieve peace between the Quarians and the Geth, and by the way, there's a gun here, I waste this thing entirely. So yeah, if you want the gun, that's where it is, if you have the patience to pull for it, but I didn't. I don't care because that Atlas is dead. I have the best offense team. I don't care for it.
Commander! Firewall's down! I'm in! Spirits! Cerberus hacked the trigger mechanism. It's set to...
Disarm it!
No time! I have to separate the trigger from the bomb. Now! Cover me!
chatter coming in from Krogan forces planetside? Sounds like they started sweeping out the remaining Cerberus troops. Hate to be the guy who told the Krogan about that surprise package. Did you get out all right? Sounds like it got ugly down there.
The Turians took a lot of casualties, Joker. The Primarch's son included.
Understood, Commander. Joker out.
You can spend your whole life making up for your mistakes. At least the guy went out in a blaze of glory.
We still talking about the Primarch's son?
Don't worry, Lola. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm getting tired of seeing people die.
The losses are unfortunate, Shepard, but preserving the peace between Turians and Krogan could prevent the deaths of millions.
I know, Edie. But right now, I just don't give a damn about politics.
Good work on Tuchanka, Commander. Stopping that bomb prevented the war between the Turians and the Krogan. We can't afford that kind of division right now.
Joker said the Krogan are recovering the bomb?
They moved in, won't allow Turians to send in recovery crews to help.
Understandable?
The situation is fragile at the moment. With Reeve and the Primarch aboard the Normandy, you've got a situation brewing. We don't have a solid alliance between those two yet. Keep the peace, Commander. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Heck it out.
We couldn't risk another galactic war with the Krogan.
The Genophage wasn't enough? You needed another way to keep your pets chained?
The decision was made hundreds of years ago. So much has changed.
You still didn't tell us about the bomb, coward.
Hey! The Reapers are out there destroying the galaxy, and you want to fight about this. Primarch, you had a bomb on Tuchanka. And Reeve, in the Turian's place, you would have done the same damn thing.
Commander...
It's over. His own son died today making this right.
Please, Commander. It's all right.
All right, Commander, I agree. We have stronger enemies to face.
We do.
I understand your reservations before, Commander. But I hope you now understand the secrecy.
You kept this a secret and then put your son in charge? He couldn't handle it.
Yes. You're right, Commander. It was a mistake not to trust you. I know that now. My son, he died with the respect of his men. I wanted to thank you for that. His sacrifice will be recorded in the histories of the 9th Platoon. Something any father would be proud of.
Yes, sir.
All hands, full stop! Hostiles detected at the landing coordinates.
Joker, what have you got?
Sensors show a Reaper parked at the Shroud facility. No way you're gonna be able to land a shuttle there.
Get everyone assembled in the war room. I want eyes on the Shroud.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
New form of Reaper, Shepard, using Shroud to poison Tuchanka's atmosphere. Problematic.
Cowards! They're afraid to take us head on!
Primarch, we're gonna need your help.
That could be difficult. Our losses on Palaven have been catastrophic.
You said you'd help. It's time to deliver.
What is it you need?
A combined attack. Your people hit the Reaper with an airstrike. Reeve, at the same time, your soldiers will be attacking from the ground. Together, you can draw it away from the tower.
Yes, distraction. Small team can reach Shroud facility, finish synthesizing cure. We'll need Eve to come with us.
Then it's now or never.
Now! Today, the Krogan rise again!
Commander, incoming message marked urgent. I'll put it in the comm room for you.
Dalatras.
Commander Shepard, we know you've reached Tuchanka. And by now, I imagine Morden Solus has proposed using the Shroud.
You spying on us?
Hardly. The Shroud is the only viable course of action open to you. Commander, you can't allow the diplomatic pressures of this war to cloud your judgment. Do you honestly believe curing the Genophage will end in lasting peace?
No, I don't. The Krogan are too violent, but I don't have a choice here.
Then allow me to offer you one. Years ago, our operatives sabotaged the Shroud facility to ensure what you are planning couldn't be done. Morden will likely detect this malfunction and repair it. But if you ensure that he doesn't, then the cure's viability will be altered just enough so that it fails. No one will notice the change.
You mean trick the Krogan?
They need not be any the wiser. Let Erdnot Reeve believe you fulfilled your promise.
Morden would never stand for that.
How you deal with him is up to you, Commander. We can provide you our very best scientists to build the Crucible, and the full support of our fleets.
If I sabotage the cure.
Think about it, Commander. The choice is yours.
And now we're gonna be starting priority Tuchanka, which is actually easier than the previous mission, or at the very least for me personally.
I've spoken with the other clans. They're gathering on our secret meeting ground at the Hollows. We'll rendezvous there and take an armored convoy against the Reaper. After today, Krogan's superiority will be obvious to everyone.
Rare opportunity to improve galactic opinion of Krogan. Hope you use it wisely.
Commander, you seem troubled.
There's just a lot on the line. I want this to go well.
Have faith. No matter the adversity we face, some moments are destined to happen. This is one of them.
And then the galaxy will have a new power to reckon with.
Reeve, it's Dragal Tharak. The Reapers are attacking the Hollows. Be ready for a fight!
Hang on tight. We're heading in.
Shepard, protect our flank. I'll go pull the other clans out of the fire.
Everyone pick your targets and keep an eye on our 6. Now move!
The priority Tuchanka for me personally is the easiest one. I feel like Surkesh is harder than Tuchanka, and so is the saving the Primarch's son. In terms of difficulty, I would definitely rate this as the easiest one, and that's because there are a lot of places that you can run and a lot of trigger places that can save you.
So it begins. History will show that Clan Erdnot drew first Reaper blood.
No time for bragging. The airstrike is on the way.
Female safe, Shepard. Recommend haste, however. Vital signs troubling.
Who let the Solarian onto Tuchanka? They aren't welcome here.
Multiple Krogan. Problematic.
There's no time for this. Whatever grudge you have against Solarians ends right now.
You agree with this, Reeve? We don't forgive our enemies.
And we never will. But the time for revenge doesn't begin until I say it does.
Enough! You can stay here and let old wounds fester as Krogan have always done. Or you can fight the enemy you were born to destroy, and win a new future for our children. I choose to fight. Who will join me?
I don't want to regret curing the genophage. Do you want this or not?
Of course they do!
This is Turian Wing Artemech. Our flight vector to the Shroud is locked. We're 10 minutes out and counting.
Copy that, Artemech. We're on our way, trying to make up lost time. Shepard out.
I hope you're not serious about avenging the genophage, Reeve. It would be a disaster for our people.
Our people were made for war. It's what they want.
And you need to be the leader who tells them they're wrong.
Krogan already spread war across galaxy before. Genophage was result. Must learn from that. Otherwise, we'll share fate of ancestors.
And would our ancestors forgive their enemies so easily?
If the Reapers were to destroy Earth, I'd never stop avenging the loss. Ever.
Spoken like a true Krogan. Surprising.
And how many generations of children would die to satisfy this bloodlust?
It's the threat that matters. If our enemies fear even the idea of retribution, we have the power.
But what would you do with that power, Reeve?
That would be telling.
There's that look in your eye again, Commander. What's troubling you?
Just thinking about Earth.
Your courage for my people will be remembered. You won't be alone in your fight.
Why are we stopping?
Reeve, you and Morden stay with Eve. It's looking ugly out here.
Hurry it up.
What's the holdup?
Road's out. The convoy can't make it through.
Turian Wing Artemek, this is Shepard. We've been delayed. Hold off your attack.
Negative, Commander. Our approach is locked. The Reaper knows we're here.
They can't handle a Reaper alone. We've got to get in there.
Damn it! I don't care if we have to build a new road. We are going!
Shepard!
I've lost control. I can't pull up.
Shepard, what's happening?
Reeve, get the female out of here now! Go! Artemek, do you copy?
We have to abort, Commander. That Reaper's tearing us to pieces.
Understood. Save your pilots. We'll find another way. Reeve, are you receiving this? Is everyone okay?
We're Krogan. We're fine. The wreck made it out too.
The Turians had to call off the airstrike. We'll need a new plan for dealing with the Reaper.
We'll have to find you first. Where are you?
Underground. We see ruins of some kind.
Commander, that's the city of the Ancients.
How do we get out?
No maps exist. It's been abandoned for thousands of years.
I'm sure you can figure it out, Shepard.
Sorry, but the ground is shaking down here. Are you guys feeling the tremors?
Nothing here.
It could be something else, Commander. It is said that Kalros, the mother of all Thresher Maws, lives in this region.
Scary looking dude.
Sorry, say again?
It is said that Kalros, the mother of all Thresher Maws, lives in this region.
Then the last place you want to be is underground, Shepard. Get moving.
So, do I really want to know who Kalros, the mother of all Thresher Maws, is?
Krogan don't you?
Looks like the Rachni again.
There are bound to be more than just the ones we killed. Reeve, we've got Rachni here. Keep an eye out.
I know, we're seeing them too. But all that matters is getting to that shroud. Move it.
Daylight detected ahead. Curious. It was assumed that any notable location on Tuchanka had been destroyed.
Makes you wonder what the Krogan could have been if they
made it
hadn't
back
nuked the place.
outside.
If you can see the radioactive haze, you're making progress.
And the color green. Plant life was assumed dead in this ecosystem.
You're looking at hope, all that's left of it on Tuchanka. This is once a world full of beauty. Given a chance, it can be again.
Shepard, that Reaper is still disrupting the shroud. Get out of there and we'll pick you up.
We're on it.
Love to know how we're going to deal with the Reaper when we get there.
These ruins suggest Krogan civilization devolved at some point.
Movement ahead!
It appears the Krogan...
Back into the frying! Yeah.
So talking about places that you can run, this is actually not one of them. In fact, this is a place where you should be patient because if you try to run, you're gonna run straight into one of those guys that shoot the beam lasers. So it's far better to just sit back, take them out, and then run forward when you have time, especially since that's mostly a death valley because you have so many enemies there waiting to snipe you, so it gets very dicey. Plus, look at that. You see, you would have had to wait for that anyways. And this is another place where you have to take it slow because of the brute. There's a brute coming up, and we're gonna be waiting for the brute to show up, and then we're gonna immediately start focusing on the brute. There it is, and it's going to instantly get focused, and there's so much room to maneuver here that I personally think the brute is laughable here. Like, buddy, you have no business being here. You're not threatening. Go home.
Reeve, you're right about Calros. She's on the move.
We've been talking about that, and what do you want?
Be quiet, Reeve. The commander has enough to worry about.
What's going on?
Just an idea. We can discuss it when you get out of there.
The party isn't over yet.
And then we have this section. For this section, you still don't want to run because there's actually 2 guys waiting for you there at the end. So if you run straight into a heavy heavy damage resistance, heavy firepower, and from here you can actually take them out without worrying at all about getting swarmed by them. And you can use the pillars to defend yourself from their attacks, and it makes this easy.
Shepard, we're just below the bridge. Get down here and we can get to the shrine. Calros.
Reeve!
Calros territorial instinct confirmed.
Let's see how fast she can go. Shepard, keep moving while I lose this thing. We'll find you somewhere ahead.
Pressure mark getting closer.
It must smell Solarian meat on board.
Now where are we? Now I'm kind of glad we're not in the truck.
Threats like that explain why there's no such thing as weak Krogan. Hostiles ahead!
And we are at another section that you cannot run. You actually have to kill everybody here. This one is actually required. If you don't take out everybody here, you will not hear the line from Reed that tells you that they have escaped Calros and to get down. So there will literally be an invisible wall blocking your exit. So yeah, everybody here needs to be taken care of. There are no ways to cheese your way through this.
Shepard, we're losing Calros. Find a way down and we'll pick you up. Shepard, get in the truck. The rack, watch her back. That thresher maw is still out there. Make it fast, Reeve. We're in the open here.
Move it!
It's Calros! Move, Shepard!
We're in! Go!
Your Krogan friend may still be alive.
The rack was no friend. Now, let's get moving. We got a Reaper to deal with.
I hope somebody has a plan B.
It will take more than planning to reach the tower. I believe we require what organics call a miracle.
We're not leaving here until the genophage is cured.
I hope this idea you were talking about is a good one.
It's not mine, it's hers.
Calros. We summon her to the Reaper.
Would that even work?
Already discussed strategy. Just need to distract Reaper. Draw it from tower while Cure synthesized, released.
We flew through the Omega-4 relay and survived. We can do this.
I didn't think a human could have that kind of courage.
How would we summon her?
The tower was built in an arena devoted to Calros' glory. The Solarians thought she would scare away intruders.
Appears to have worked.
There are 2 Maw hammers there. The largest in existence. If you can activate them, Calros will come. That should distract the Reaper.
Meanwhile, laboratory nearby. We'll finish synthesizing Cure.
We know why we're here and what's at stake. So let's make it happen.
Shepard! Just remember whose side you're on. I can handle them. Go! Ah!
you on the other side.
Stay alive, Shepard. We'll have cure ready.
And here you have to wait. You have to wait for the dialogue. So just stick around here until you hear Reed telling you to go up.
But the more hammers need to be raised before you can use them.
We're a little busy, Reeve.
I'll leave that part to me and just get there.
Shepard, some luck. Original strain in storage. Preparing the cure now.
Quick, Morton. They're all over us out here.
Holy shit! Off to the left!
Everyone all right?
Systems are intact.
Just got shot by a Reaper.
Shepard, the hammers are up. There are two of them. You'll have to activate them both.
You've got to be kidding!
If I was organic, it would probably burn.
Just keep moving. Stick to cover.
I don't think cover's gonna do the trick!
Commander, this is Atomic Wing. We'll try to even Reaper something else to shoot at.
Now that's some goddamn balls!
Their timing is impeccable.
Go. Let's push ahead.
On our left! One of the hammers!
The other one is on the right.
Hurry, something's gonna be the trick!
This redefines insanity.
Morton, we hit the first hammer. How's it coming?
Almost half cure. Eve's vital signs dropping. Trying to compensate.
We've still got the second hammer on the other side!
Shepard, you still have to activate the second one.
I'm a little busy, Reeve.
No excuses on Tuchanka.
Go! Get back to the truck. I'll take care of the cure. Morton, is the cure ready?
Yes, loaded for dispersal in 2 minutes. But Eve dead.
What happened?
Stress sampling, too intense. Too much trauma. Wanted to stop. She refused. Her decision.
A lot of people died today, Morton. There's nothing we can do.
Female was stabilizing force for Krogan. Implications of Reeve as lone Krogan leader, problematic.
Damn!
Control room at top of Shroud Tower. Must take elevator up.
You're going up there?
Yes. Readings at lab suggest temperature malfunction. Could affect cure viability. Need to adjust settings manually.
It's not a malfunction. It's sabotage. Your people did it years ago.
Of course. Shroud necessary for distribution. STG would have backup plan. Contingency to stop cure. And you knew.
The Dalatras offered me a deal. Her full support for the Crucible project.
Difficult moral circumstance. Solarian assistance reluctant. Minimal. Need their loyalty for intel. Assistance with Crucible. Understandable. But not acceptable. Will not sacrifice Krogan for political gain.
Every time we've talked about this before, you've defended the genophage. Hell, you destroyed Malin's data. How can you change your mind now?
I made a mistake! I made a mistake. Focused on big picture. Big picture made of little pictures. Too many variables. Can't stop now. Gone too far. Eve dead. Krogan deserve a cure.
Do they? Has Reeve proven that the Krogan can be trusted?
Reeve's attitude... troubling.
Without Eve to hold him in check, he'll come after the Turians. And the Solarians. And if you go up there to die, you won't be able to stop him.
Eve would have stopped him.
Eve isn't here.
No. Suggest we let Krogan believe dispersal was a success. Ensure alliance. We'll need to disappear to keep story accurate. Reeve will think I died at Tower, curing genophage.
Doing what had to be done.
We'll also inform the Dalatras of the deception.
Good. Here are the coordinates for the Crucible project. We can use your help building it.
Thank you, Shepard. Too eager to atone. Would have compounded error. Glad you were here.
Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Warning, temperature malfunction detected. Warning, temperature malfunction detected. Warning, dispersal commencing. Warning, temperature malfunction detected.
To the void, we commit her body. In life, this Krogan faced our greatest enemy with rare valor. In death, she has proven a savior to her people. May her courage fan the flames of hope for the future. She is now the true mother of Tuchanka. Wouldn't be a war without a funeral.
I'm sorry for her loss. You can never know who'll survive war and who won't.
Usually it's the strongest, but without Malin's research, I guess she didn't have a chance, did she? It was a shame about the hijack, though. Morden.
You mean up on the tower?
For someone who wasn't Krogan, you showed surprising courage. But history can't show a Solarian curing the genophage.
Then who did?
The only Krogan who is left standing. I may end up being more famous than you, Shepard. No matter. You lived up to your word, now I'll do the same. Tell the Turians we're more than happy to come show them how to win a war. The Krogan already killed one Reaper, didn't we?